Imagine if you could trigger emotional switches so powerful that she'd chase after you, like never before, obsessed and completely unable to resist your charm. Have you ever wondered why some guys seem to magnetize women without even trying, making the women take the initiative and pursue a deeper connection? In this video, we're going to reveal 5 emotional triggers based on proven principles of human attraction that turn ordinary interactions into irresistible bonds, teaching you how to use them subtly and effectively to create that natural obsession. These secrets, known only to an elite few men, will completely change the way you relate to women, sparking a desire that makes her think about you all the time. But hold on, what happens when you combine the second trigger, which taps into the mystery of emotional scarcity, with the final one, a psychological trick that makes her feel an uncontrollable urgency to get closer? Stay until the end to find out how these pieces come together into an unbeatable strategy that leaves her totally captivated. Plus one final secret that could be the game changer in your love life. If you're ready to master these triggers and see real results, hit that like button right now and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more revelations like this. 1. The emotional scarcity trigger. Imagine revealing only fragments of your personality, creating a void that makes her crave more of you, like every interaction is a rare treasure she can't bear to lose. This trigger, known only to the men who've mastered the subtle art of attraction, is about limiting the time and attention you give, so she feels a natural urgency to come closer. Start in casual conversations by replying to messages with calculated pauses, not instantly, so she realizes your presence isn't guaranteed. That sparks deep curiosity, turns the ordinary into something irresistible, and gets her to invest more effort to win your interest. It works because the human brain loves what's scarce and automatically assigns higher value to anything that feels limited, like a rare diamond among ordinary rocks. Now take it to real dates. Suggest short, intense plans and end them at the peak, leaving her with that "I want more" feeling that keeps you on her mind all night. Say something like, "That was amazing, but I've got to run now," with a mysterious smile that promises more later, without giving everything away at once. This isn't about ignoring her. It's about balancing presence and absence, creating an emotional dance where she starts taking the initiative to fill the empty spaces. Psychologically, it taps into the hunting instinct, making her see you as a prize worth chasing and skyrocketing your perceived value. Over time, she'll start texting first, obsessed with the thrill of uncovering what you're hiding. To crank it up, add subtle body language. Hold intense eye contact for a few seconds, then look away like you're guarding secrets only she can unlock. Casually drop an unfinished personal story, stopping at the climax so she begs to hear the rest, flipping the conversation flow in your favor. This stoic approach teaches emotional control while projecting effortless confidence that pulls her in like a magnet. It works because deep down, people chase what's unpredictable, and that creates an obsession that makes her run after you to satisfy that inner need. Practice it in everyday interactions and watch her get more proactive, totally fascinated by the aura of mystery you're building. Remember, the key is subtle consistency, never forced, so she feels like she's discovering hidden layers of an extraordinary man who's unlike anyone else. With this, you don't just create tension, you build a connection that leaves her addicted to your unique presence. Rooted in gentle psychology, it exploits the human desire for completion, making her invest emotionally to close the loop you opened. In the end, she'll be obsessed, chasing you harder than ever because of this powerful trigger. But wait until you see what the next trigger adds, a secret that turns scarcity into an even more captivating mystery, something no average guy would dare try. Stay tuned, because what's coming next takes your game to a forbidden level. 2. The intriguing mystery trigger. Now dive into the power of being a living enigma, revealing just enough to light the spark of curiosity and leaving her obsessed with figuring out who you really are. This trigger, guarded by the top 1% who master deep connections, is about sharing vague, intriguing stories without giving away the full picture. In conversation, casually mention a past adventure like, "I had this crazy experience on a surprise trip," and then stop, letting her beg for more with eyes full of expectation. That creates delicious tension where she feels compelled to hunt for answers, flipping the roles and turning her into the chaser. It works because the brain releases dopamine when it anticipates revelations, making you unforgettable in her mind. Use it in everyday flirting. Ask her open questions, but answer hers with replies that hint at depth, like, "There's more to that than meets the eye," in a teasing tone that leaves her imagining possibilities. Never be an open book. Instead, build layers and reveal them one by one across multiple dates, creating a bond that makes her crave the next chapter. This stoic technique builds self-control while projecting mysterious confidence that draws her in like a magnet without you having to try hard. Psychologically, it taps into how humans value the unknown. Mystery sparks fantasies, so she invests time and emotion to decode you. With practice, she'll start reaching out first, totally hooked on the puzzle you represent. To turn it up, add light teasing touches, a knowing smile when you mention something personal, followed by a pause that makes her lean in closer, feeling the electricity in the air. Tell an incomplete anecdote about your passions, leaving gaps she wants to fill, turning conversations into seductive games of mutual discovery. This isn't cold manipulation. It's an elegant dance that awakens natural desire based on attraction psychology, where the unpredictable becomes addictive. It works because humans are wired to solve mysteries, and by making yourself one, you leave her obsessed, chasing every piece. Keep the balance and watch her get more and more wrapped up in the veil of secrecy around you. Finally, understand that this trigger supercharges the first one, turning scarcity into a veil of intrigue that makes her question and want you more with every interaction. With it, you're not just desired, you become essential in her thoughts, creating an obsession that pushes her to act. Rooted in subtle psychological influence, it exploits the built-in curiosity instinct, giving her an inner urgency to connect deeply. Master this and you'll see life-changing results. She'll take initiatives that used to seem impossible. But that's just the prelude. The third trigger reveals an emotional trick that ties everything into an overwhelming obsession, something so powerful it can forever change how she sees you. Don't miss what's next, because this is the secret that separates the masters from the amateurs. 3. The reciprocal validation. Trigger. Imagine giving her genuine validation of her feelings, making her feel truly understood and valued in a way no one else does, instantly creating a deep emotional bond. This trigger activates the human reciprocity instinct. When she receives real empathy, she naturally opens up more and shows greater interest, turning surface-level chats into authentic connections. Start with active listening. Rephrase what she says in your own words to show you really care about her thoughts and emotions. For example, if she shares a daily frustration, reply with something like, "That must have been really tough. I get why you feel that way," and watch her open up even more. Over time, this validation builds a subtle dependency where she turns to you to feel good, strengthening her desire to be close. Take it further by weaving in personalized compliments that go beyond the obvious, focusing on inner qualities like her intelligence or resilience, so she feels uniquely special around you. Skip generic praise. Notice specific details, like, "I admire how creatively you handle challenges," so she directly links those positive feelings to you. This psychological approach uses positive reinforcement. Each validation strengthens the bond and makes you indispensable in her mind. Practice it in everyday moments, like a casual date, and notice how she starts reaching out first, craving more of that comforting feeling. Mastering this creates a virtuous cycle where reciprocity drives her to invest more in the relationship without you forcing anything. To maximize the impact, pair validation with open questions that invite deeper sharing. Like, what do you think motivated you to push through that, guiding the conversation into more intimate emotional territory? This not only deepens the connection, but makes her realize you're the only one who truly gets her, raising your status in her life. Social psychology studies show reciprocity is a cornerstone of lasting attraction, and by using it, you trigger automatic emotional responses in her. Try it in real situations, adjusting based on her reactions, and watch how proactive she becomes about staying in touch. In the end, this trigger turns you into an essential confidant, someone she never wants to lose sight of. Lastly, balance the validation with a touch of mystery. Don't reveal everything at once, so she feels the need to explore you in return, keeping the reciprocity dynamic alive. When you do this, you don't just earn her trust, you spark a desire to give back emotionally, creating a dynamic where she chases to keep the exchange going. Practice consistently, and the results come fast. She'll show more initiative and affection. That's the power of reciprocal validation. Simple, but builds deep obsessions. And when you combine it with the fourth trigger, which uses controlled vulnerability, the effect multiplies into an irresistible attraction that makes her put you first above everything. Stay tuned, because what's next is the secret that can revolutionize your interactions forever. 4. The controlled vulnerability trigger. Think about sharing a personal weakness in a light, authentic way, like an old story of overcoming something that invites her to open up too, instantly creating genuine emotional intimacy. This trigger uses the psychological principle of mutual vulnerability. By showing you're human and approachable, you awaken her desire to connect on the same level, strengthening the bond without looking weak. Start small, like, I went through a rough patch at work once, but I learned a ton from it. So she feels safe sharing her own stories. Avoid drama. Authenticity is key, making her see you as real and relatable. With this, she starts investing more emotionally, chasing to keep that unique closeness only you offer. Level it up by revealing just enough to intrigue, without oversharing, preserving mystery, and making her want to discover more about your life and personality. For example, mention and overcome insecurity like, I used to be terrified of rejection, but now I see it as a strength, encouraging her to reflect and reciprocate. This technique, backed by research on interpersonal trust, builds a lasting emotional bridge where she feels compelled to get closer to explore that deeper layer. Practice in natural conversations and watch her respond with more openness and initiative. The result is attraction that grows organically, with her taking steps to protect that special connection. To go deeper, combine vulnerability with praise for her courage when she opens up, reinforcing that you value her honesty and motivating her to keep investing enthusiastically. Say something like, I admire your courage for sharing that. It makes me want to know you even more, creating a positive cycle of emotional exchanges. Psychologists say controlled vulnerability is essential for deep relationships, and by using it, you become the man she craves to have around. Adjust to the context, dinner, texts, whatever, and watch her start prioritizing time with you. This trigger turns ordinary interactions into intense bonds where her desire for more becomes uncontrollable. Finally, balance vulnerability with moments of strength, showing how you overcame challenges so she feels inspired and admires you even more, pushing her to chase to be part of your journey. Master this, and you create a dynamic where she feels emotionally safe and excited, leading to spontaneous moves from her side. Practice daily, and the effects show up fast. She'll display clear obsession. That's the magic of controlled vulnerability. It humanizes and magnetizes. But the real power explodes when you add the fifth and final trigger that seals total obsession and makes her unable to stop thinking about you. Don't leave now, because what I reveal next is the climax that will change everything in your love life. 5. The future projection trigger. Imagine planting seeds of a shared future in her mind, describing vivid scenarios where you two live adventures and intimate moments together, activating her natural long-term vision instinct and making her desperate to turn it into reality. This trigger, the most powerful of all, exploits the psychology of anticipation, causing her to picture a life with you so vividly that it becomes an inevitable obsession, driving her to take concrete action to bring that future closer. Start light in conversations by dropping hypothetical plans like, Imagine us exploring a new city together, cracking up over something stupid, so she feels a time-projected connection that motivates her to invest more. Do it subtly, never over the top, so it feels organic and authentic, turning simple words into an irresistible narrative that completely captures her. Master this, and you'll notice her suggesting dates and plans herself, actively chasing the realization of the vision you planted. This trigger explodes when combined with the previous ones, like scarcity creating desire and validation building trust, forming a complete strategy that leaves her emotionally defenseless and 100% focused on you. Think of future projection as a magnet pulling her toward more interactions, because the human brain loves stories of projected happiness, and you become the main character in hers. Try it in real moments, like over dinner, painting us on an unforgettable trip, making memories that last forever, and watch her eyes light up with genuine excitement. The key is personalization. Tailor the visions to her interests so they feel unique and personal, intensifying the impact and making her feel you're the perfect partner. Over time, this not only makes her chase, but strengthens the bond into something lasting and deep. Now picture the full power when you mix intriguing curiosity with this projection, creating a cycle of mystery and expectation that keeps her addicted to you day after day, without her even noticing the subtle influence. This final trigger takes everything to another level by hitting her subconscious, linking future happiness directly to your presence and sparking proactive, passionate behavior. Test it in texts or calls with lines like, "Just think how incredible we'd be together in a future full of surprises," and watch her respond with way more enthusiasm and initiative. Remember to balance it with vulnerability so it feels like a real connection, not manipulation, keeping results ethical and positive. Master this and you become unforgettable, the man she can't imagine her future without. Finally, when you apply all 5 triggers in sequence, you create complete emotional obsession where she doesn't just chase, she becomes an active partner in building something real and lasting, forever changing the dynamics of your relationships. Reflect on how future projection seals the deal, uniting scarcity, curiosity, validation, and vulnerability into an irresistible force that totally captivates her. Practice consistently, tweaking based on her responses, and the results will be transformative. She'll show affection and dedication in shocking ways. This is the elite secret few men know, but now it's in your hands. Ready to take your love life to unheard of heights. And imagine what happens when you pair this with advanced techniques I'll reveal in future videos. Don't miss out, because the next level of mastery is right around the corner, capable of completely revolutionizing how women chase you. If you've tried any of these triggers or have a story about how they worked in your life, drop a comment below telling me your experience. I want to know what you thought and how I can help more. If this content helped you understand attraction better, smash that like button now to support the channel and subscribe with notifications on for the next value-packed videos, where I reveal even more secrets that will transform your relationships.